Hi, it's Half Asian Tarot Queen, the channel, and I'm going to do a reading for March. Oh, like when I split the deck, I got Owl and Sorcerer. So this kind of speaks to, the Sorcerer is kind of like a distortion, like the dark side of something, and the owl speaks to like signs and synchronicities coming from like the other side or your ancestors with regard to whatever this situation might be. So this looks to be a big focus that's going to happen this month. And what's also interesting, because all the readings, you know, lately have been coming out about, I mean, this is happening in the world. I mean, with, you know, if you look at what's going on in Ukraine and people having to kind of stand up for themselves, and they're, you know, against a distortion, against sort of a distortion of power. Okay, at the bottom of the deck we got the Tree of Life. So the Tree of Life kind of represents, I mean, in a way it's sort of like an analogy for the chakra system, and like and like a balance, you know, where we have our roots that are grounded into the earth, and then we have the leaves that are like reaching for the stars and connected to this consciousness that's bigger than ourselves. You know, and it speaks to sort of like having a balance of those elements, because it's just like when you're not rooted and you're just totally dreaming, you know, you become unstable. But then at the same time, when you stop dreaming and it's just like all root and like no spiritual element, it's just sort of like life becomes like drudgery. It's like oppression, you know, totalitarian regime. Interestingly, when I picked it up, the crow, which this represents the truth, is like underneath that. So it's just sort of like the truth is like bringing all of this back into balance, and I think that is a big message. But we got Witness, Luminous Warrior, the Sun, and the Giveaway. So really what I'm getting from these cards that came out is sort of like something is unfolding. Like you see this, it's like in the palm of her hand, but it's just it's like the stone has been set. So at this point, we're just like watching things unfold. And so there's not really necessarily a need to take action. You know, the action is coming from here. Like if you've done all the work on yourself and healed all the wounds and the distortions that you might have had, then you're basically going to be in sync with the universe, and what you need is going to come to you when you need it. So you're the luminous warrior. Like you are in your power, you are in alignment, and now it's time to just like show up and know that karma, like things that have already been written in the stars based on your karma, like what you've put out is going to come back to you. And so this is sort of the moment when like the truth is coming out, things are going to be brought back into balance, and it's all going to unfold in like perfect divine timing. And this is kind of the moment of the reckoning of all of that. The truth is what's going to bring everything back into balance. So that looks like a super major theme for this month, which is really, really good. Exciting. Okay, so I'm going to the Intuitive Goddess, pick some cards from this deck. This is a new deck that I just got, which I love. Love, love, love this deck. The artwork's amazing. I think the messages are really good. I really, really love this deck. So, okay. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thanks for checking it out. There's a lot of readings on this channel. Sometimes I'll like reference ones and links up here if they're relevant to the storyline, because I mean, for the most part, they're all kind of like timeless storylines. So I kind of do it that way. Okay, so at the bottom, we got the Nymph of Wands. This is the Page of Wands and then traditional deck, which, you know, this is a message of like good news. But yeah, it's interesting. Like the artwork on here, I mean, she looks like she's kind of like, not really expecting it. Like she's not really all that excited. She's just sort of like, almost like, I don't know, want to say giving up, but she doesn't look super happy, you know. So it's almost like it's going to be a surprise. Like that's kind of what I'm getting from this. But we got 3 of Wands, 6 of Swords, the Awakening, and the Spirit of Pentacles. So this is interesting because well, for one thing, we have this card of Manifestation, which just totally fell under the Witness, you know. And the Witness is just sort of like, it's like the work has been done internally and like the power is in the palm of your hands. But like at this point, it's just like we're kind of waiting to see what unfolds. But it's like you can see it on the horizon, you know. And it's like we're moving on from a bad situation to a better situation. And then we have Awakening, which, you know, again, this is a card of reckoning. And so in a lot of ways, this is really repeating the messages from the other cards. Like, the truth is sort of coming out and things are kind of being reshuffled according to whatever that is. Karma is being assigned. And this is going to kind of give us a platform for how things are going to go moving forward. And maybe that's what this news is. And it's almost like this girl has kind of like, she's like, not necessarily given up, but she's just kind of had to like go through so much at this point that she's just sort of like, yeah, like I'll believe it when I see it, you know? So it's not even maybe necessarily like she doesn't see it coming, but maybe she just doesn't even believe it anymore because it's just dragged out for so long that it just seems like it's never going to happen. So it's just like, why bother, you know? Like, I'll believe it when I see it. Like, I think that's kind of what, you know, but it's happening. Like, the news is coming out this month. And we got the Spirit of Pentacles, which this is kind of like the King of Pentacles in the normal deck. But in this deck, it's the Spirit of Pentacles. So it's just sort of like, it's almost like this person has the spirit of abundance, you know, and like they've created that, you know, they've manifested it. And now it fell out right under this karma card. Like that's what's coming back to them for whatever it is that they've had to endure, that the truth is coming out about. So, wow, that's actually really good. I'm going to go to Sacred Destiny, pick a couple more cards, and but this looks like it's actually going to be a really good month. If you have good karma. If you don't have good karma, it might not be the best month. But if you have good karma, then it looks like it's going to be great. Oh my gosh. The first card that comes out from this deck is Abundance. Wow. I think that's pretty auspicious. Yeah. It definitely looks like a turning point. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is crazy. All right, so at the bottom we have Opportunity, So new opportunity is coming online. But then look at this. We got abundance. We got blessings. And oh my gosh, it's a bird, which that's totally meaningful to me. Like this bird is watching over these blessings. And it's almost like there's like little cherry blossoms. And then we have courage. So it's almost like this person is going to maybe be presented with some opportunities that are going to push them outside of their comfort zone. So it's going to require courage to step up to the plate. But it's going to lead to some really, really good things. So it looks like a good reading. It's a very spring, you know, it's a very spring reading. So yeah, good luck with March, and we'll see you soon with more messages.